Welcome friends, welcome to Miss Lori's Craft Room. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this wall hanging for fall, and it's really super cute. You can see that the owl is very three-dimensional. He has wire and he's standing up from the canvas. So let's get started. The instructions, I'm going to type out all of the size cuts you need. Well, it really just depends on what size canvas or whatever you get to build this on. Okay, you could build this on a board, you could build this on all kinds of things. So this canvas is 14 by 11. So it's a pretty good size and it's super cute. I think it turned out adorable. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is paint your canvas. This, as you can tell, was a mistake. I'd painted it, I'd done it, I put some stuff on it and it didn't work. It looked horrible, so I just, you save it and you're recycling it. So it's all painted, it's all covered where I need it to be covered. So if you wanted to save a little paint, you have to paint the center. Okay, so then you're going to cut your background. So let me show you where this paper came from. A lot of this paper came from. This background and a little bit of the other paper came from this paper stack, Gilded Paper, and it's from Joann's. It's DCWV. It's really a fabulous pack. I love it. Okay, and then the polka dot paper came from Joann's, and this one came from another paper pack. I'm not sure, but these are just loose paper I had. This one came from Joann's, and the diamond one was just in my scraps. Okay, and then you also need some, well, whatever colors you want to use. Okay, so but I have rust leaves, so let me just show you on here. So you need some kind of tan, you need dark brown, some rust, some green. So whatever, one of the things I cut, this tree is the same as some of these leaves and in the word. So mix and match what you find and what you like, because there's a lot of different fun things out there. So you need your hot glue gun. I'm also using my ATG gun, ink, and the 4 colors we're actually using 5 colors today. Oh, yep. So for the leaves we did the topiary from Close to My Heart, Adam Terracotta, Barn Red, Black, and this is the tea dye from Tim Holtz. Okay, so we have a lot of ink today. I'm not going to bore you with all the inking. I've inked a few pieces and I'll show. Some people don't know how to do that, so I don't know if you necessarily need your tweezers. I can't really remember in the process this. I've used a lot of adhesive. We have some glue dots. These are dimensional glue dots, okay, and let's see. Oh yes, and we're going to need, I use Aleene's Turbo Tacky. I love that. You need wire cutters. You need some tools to twist the wire. You need, this is baleen wire. Comes in a big thing, and you get it at a farm store. They have it in a smaller version at Joann's, and I'm sure they have it at Michael's too. I just use this for a lot of things, so I tend to buy it at the farm store because it comes in a big roll and it's pretty cheap. And then I also used this really cool wire stuff. It's variegated, it's beautiful, but you could use pretty much anything for it. You could use ribbon or yarn or twine or jute for this. There's lots of different things. So let's see, I'm looking around. Oh, there's just a little bit of regular tape I'm using to tape stuff down. So I like to get all my parts ready before I start doing a project. So I'll cut everything, ink everything, get everything all ready to go before I do any kind of assembly. So these wires, one is 12 inches and one is 10 inches. So I've already curled one edge, and I'm going to show you how to go ahead and curl the other. So this is some flat nose. They're jewelry tweezers, okay? They're jewelry tools. So you're just going to grasp the end, and you're going to start turning. And you don't want to turn too fast or too short. This is a really thick wire, okay? So we're just going to gently start turning it in. And when I get it at about there, I'll put that over my hand. When you get it about there, maybe just turn it, I'm just going to maybe just a little more. Okay, when I got it about there, then I'm going to come and grab farther back on the tool, on the wire, and I'm going to start gently curving it in. Okay. Okay, so then I'm going to take it and I'm going to measure on my owl. I'm going to put this here so we can see what I'm doing. Okay, so what we're doing is we're going to have two twirlies going up and two twirlies going down. Okay, so this is a little bit too long, so I'm just going to keep twirling it a little bit more. And you'll get the hang of this. It's really fun. I love wire. I have made so many cool things out of this baling wire. And you kind of want them to get the sides to match. They don't have to be perfect because it's just an art project. It's not going to, no one's going to say, oh, look at that. So now I've made it a little too far out. So all I have to do is just unroll it just a little bit. And this is going to be the one that goes down. Okay, so we're going to spread it out just a little bit more to get it the way I want it. Okay, and set that one aside. Now we're going to do the next one. Okay. So then we're going to do the same thing. We're just going to take the very end and we're going to start gently turning it in. See, we're just going to try to get that first curl. Okay, and then I'm going to grab farther back, and you can actually twist that in a little more. Okay, so I'm going to grab farther back. I'm going to start rolling it in gently. Let the wire go, okay? Just let it do it its own natural self. Kind of let it just follow. Okay, so I've got it about like that. So I'm going to test it out and see. See, and it's still a little bit too long. But if you wanted them that wide, you could just leave them that way. So I'm just going to turn this in just a little more. All right, well, I'm really happy with that. So I think I'm going to leave it. So I'm going to set that aside, and I'll show you how to do that. And then I'm going to get this one ready. And I did the same thing with this. This is the what's hanging down on the owl. What he's holding is kind of, he's holding it. So you could really use jute with this. It would probably be easier than this wire stuff, but I found this really cool variegated wire and I wanted to use it because it kind of stands out from the owl. And you're just going to do the same thing. Now this has kind of a coating on it. It's kind of different. So it kind of peeled. Now this one, I'm going to just curl it pretty tight in on itself. Okay, and then I'm going to measure, and that's too long, so I'm just going to keep going. And I tweaked this owl. This owl, the cuts are from the Design Space, of course, where you can just, if you have the subscription, you can get them for free. Well, not for free, but you know what I mean. And so the file's all created for you. It's all size for this 11 by 14 project, but you can change it to fit yours. Okay, so that's good. I really like that. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. So the first thing we're going to do then is we're going to ink the edges of this, your back piece. So on my desk I have one of the mat covers because I want to use, the way I'm going to ink today, I'm going to use it, get it, and I don't want it all over my cutting mat, okay? So we're going to use the Tim Holtz tea dye, and then we're going to also use the Autumn Terracotta, okay? So, oh, one other thing I didn't tell you is daubers. If you don't have daubers or never used them, they're great. You can get them on Amazon for really cheap. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I've done part of this already. I don't know if you can see it. I've done part of it already. So we're just going to do this. So I'm going to start with the tea dye. And on the tea dye, I'm going to do it a little heavier because I want it to kind of come in. So you can see what I'm doing. I'm just brushing it in. Okay, and so that's coming out into the paper a lot. And you can do this as little or as much as you want. With fall things, you can be pretty heavy-handed with it, so it looks really nice. Okay, so this is a really nice kind of rusty color. It's funny how the tea dye looks different when you put it on than it does on the package. So then we're just going to come in with the terracotta, and I'm not going to go in so far with this. I'm just going to kind of pick up the edge because I want to give it that a little bit of richness. And the terracotta's just got this beautiful terracotta color, and so I'm not going so far in with this. I'm just catching the edge. Okay, so we're going to set that aside, and I ink everything. Okay, so I didn't ink one of the trees, so I'll show you what I did on that. Now on the trees, what I did is I started with the terracotta, and I did it pretty heavy. Okay. Now I've already inked all my leaves and the tree trunks. So I'm not going to show you how I did that, but I will tell you that I've inked everything. I've inked every part that's paper in this, I've inked. When I originally went to do this, I was going to include one of my sunflowers on here, but I liked it so much just the way it is, I didn't. Okay, so now on this one, because I want it to be richer, I'm going to use this Barn Red. And all I'm going to do on that is I'm just going to catch the edge. And this is going to create a beautiful shadowing. It's going to make it look like it's coming off the page. And one of the things with inking, what inking will do, is it will take some papers that might not necessarily go together, and it's going to make them go together. It's really beautiful. So now on the tree trunks, I use black, and that's what I used on the owl, okay? So I'm trying to think if I used... One of the things I think I'm going to do on this owl is I'm going to start with the terracotta. I'm going to give him a little bit more depth than I did. Now this polka dot paper has got like little fuzzy polka dots, and it came from Joann's, and it's just a fun paper. I love to use it for different things. Alright, so I'm going to start with that. Give him a little more depth. And then I'm just going to take the black, and I'm just going to gently rub the edges of it. I'm not going to use a lot of black, but I just want him to be able to stand out, okay? Okay, so now I have all my parts ready, and now I can start assembling. I'm going to put that mat cover aside, and I'm going to use ATG tape for the background. You can use hot glue if you want, but for the purpose of getting it really good and straight, it's much simpler to use your ATG because if you get this on, you can always reposition this, okay? Okay, so that stuck to me really good. Okay, so then we're going to put this here. And one thing that I did was I measured in, because I was having a bit of trouble getting it completely centered. I just kind of measured in an inch, because that's how I sized it. An inch on each edge. You can see my marks. Okay, so I just kind of measured in an inch on each side to give me some registration marks. Alright, so you still just eyeball it. Okay, that looks pretty straight. Okay, so then I'm going to set this aside, and we're going to assemble the owl, okay? So on the owl, the first thing we're going to do is get all of his little parts out here. So he's got his little eyeballs, which I've already glued on. Okay, and then I'm going to use the Aleene's TurboTacky on this, okay? So I'm just going to, doesn't take too much. And then you're just going to put them there. And then I'm going to get this one. And I overlap the eyeballs just a little bit, okay? And then I'm going to get some glue on his nose. On his beak, I should say. And the beak, it's overlapping just a little bit. Okay, so on his feet, this is where I use my tweezers. His little tiny feet. So I'm just going to put a touch of glue, slide it under, put a touch of glue, slide it under. Okay, and then make sure you put your lid back on this Aleene's if you use this because it dries out really fast. Okay, so now here's where we're going to turn this over and we're going to get our wire. Okay, so you're going to place them where you want them. And then I just used some washi tape that I got, and it's just from Christmas, so it holds it down really good. And so just center them where you want them and tape them down. Of course, make sure your tape's not showing. Okay. Okay, so look how cute that is. Isn't that the cutest thing you've ever seen? He is so cute. I just love him. Okay, so then we're gonna place the little thing he's holding, and this is where I used the glue dots. And what I did was I just used 3-dimensional glue dots. I cut one in like 4s, and so just kind of measure where you want it. And you actually could just use a dollop of hot glue for this. In fact, I think that's what we're just going to do. Okay, and then we're just going to place this. If you don't want to use hot glue, just use glue dots or, okay, there. So that's going to be covered up. Any goopy you got is going to be covered up because you'll have the leaves are going to go on there, okay? So let me show you what I've been using, if I can figure out where I put it. Sorry, let's see. It's a big roll of stuff. And my roll, it's gone somewhere. Hold on. Oh, there it is. Okay, so this is sticking up. I could use, see, just fell off. Okay, we're just going to put the hot glue right on the owl where we want it. Okay, so we're going to let that dry for just a second. Okay, so you can use foam dimensional tape. You can get this from the store. It doesn't come in the rolls in the store, but you can get it in packs. It's not very thick, so you can double up on that. But I just really like this. This is some Weather Seal from Walmart, okay? Look how thick it is. It's so thick. So I am just going to, that's what I'm going to put on the back of him. And so he is going to really stand up. Now this is only sticky on one side. This is where your hot glue comes in. Okay? So this is going to make him really dimensional, which is going to make him look really cute because he's going to pop off your page. Okay? So then we're going to, we'll use hot glue to apply him when we're ready to apply him. Okay? So I'm going to put that aside. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do, owl's all ready. Then you would put together your give thanks, okay? So that is 3, the base is orange, and then there's the accent of the 2 different browns, okay? So I inked all that, I put it all together, it's all ready to go, okay? So we're going to make this 3-dimensional too, so that's where I'm going to put some 3-dimensional tape on this. Now, you're going to have to just cut yourself. I also did use these 3-dimensional glue dots because they're see-through, and you can cut them and make it so that you can make this a little tiny piece on the end of this. See, like right here on this little tiny end, if you can get a hold of it. Oh man. Okay, see, so you can just put this right here, and then you won't be able to see it because it's see-through. And then the same down here on this end, you can cut a piece off and put it on the little curly Q part, okay? And then on this right here. And then I'm actually going to put another piece right there in the center, so that, because I wanted the letters on this to stand out too. Okay, so that's all ready to go. Okay, so next we're going to do is we're going to put our trees. So when you're doing your trees, sorry, I got glue over me. get them all ready to go. Place them where you want them. And let's see, so this one's here, this one's in the middle. And the way I did it was like this, and then I put the owl here, but you can, remember, arrange it however you want, okay? So, let me get this, I'm going to get this tree all assembled. I'm actually going to get him where I want him. Okay. I'm going to get this tree, I'll part this tree up, because this one only has, he doesn't have a back. He doesn't have the, because I cut him apart because I didn't like the base of it. Remember to use your slice feature. It's so fabulous. Like this owl, I couldn't find one I exactly wanted, so I took other owl and I took it and I sliced the crap out of it, and I think I even welded a piece to it because I wanted it to look how I wanted him to look. So he's got welding and slicing and everything on him. So okay, so I glued, there's that, he's all glued. So now I'm just going to put this Aleene's, you don't need a bunch of it. Just going to put a little bit all over it. And then I'm going to place it, and I put this trunk so that they're down. And remember, leave a little edge. Don't get things too close to the edge, okay? I see that a lot where people are doing their designs and they're getting them way too close to the edges. It's just not pleasing to the eye. You need to keep things a little in. And now if you overlapped it, that would be one thing, you know, completely overlap it. It will, but if you, when you're putting them, you need to leave a little bit of room. It's so much more pleasing to the eye. So we're overlapping the trees. Okay, and then we're going to get this one glued. Okay, I'm going to kind of see where I want them. Okay, and then I'm going to glue their tree trunks on them. Same thing, I'm just using a little bit. This Aleene's Turbo Tacky goes really far. It has a great tip, and it dries really fast. And it doesn't warp your paper, and it's just great. I love it so much, and it doesn't show. If it shows a little bit on black, but not real bad, not like some of the clear glue does. Some of the clear glue just does not. It just shows on black, and it just looks like a mess, which I hate that. So I feel like you just ruined your whole project when you get a piece of, and you just can't get that up. All right, so there we go. So we've got, I didn't get enough glue on this. I'm just going to put a little more glue on it. Okay, as you can see, it's just going to dry clear. You won't see it. And that's so cute. Okay, so now we're going to take our owl and we're going to figure out where we want him to be. Okay, and we're going to make him like, because I want his, if I overlap him, I won't be able to see his little curly cues. So I'm kind of placing him, and I'm just going to put glue on these pads, okay? And then I'm going to put him where I want him. And there he is, okay? And then we're going to add the Give Thanks. Peel off the backs of these. Dimensional tape, and don't put them upside down. Okay, so we're going to just do that. These little towels, get them underneath that. Oh, that is so cute. And I could kind of see the little glue thing I did, so I'm just squishing it under where it goes, and you won't even be able to see it. Isn't that cute? Okay, so then we're just going to add your leaves. So you can do whatever you want with these leaves. They're really fun. And so I just, so I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to quickly do it with my hot glue pen. Okay. I'm going to use one of these. And let's see, get a green one. Okay. So just kind of can do it as you go. He's so cute. I just love him. And then I just put some on the corners. And then that's all you can do. I'm just trying to think. So if you want to do more, you can do more. I like to do some down here in the corner too. I thought that was really cute. So. Okay. All right, well, there you go. There you have it. Super cute. Ready to go. Ready to hang on your wall. Isn't he adorable? Well, good luck, everyone. If you have any questions, just message me on there and I will answer, okay? Thank you. Have a great day. Oh, yes, I'll include the cut file in the description. Thank you.